time now. I think I'm on my own. But I don't mind, no, I don't feel alone. No, don't you doubt me, my mind is in my grave. Well, the things that we can't see are the things we feel. Times are rolling, it's rolling with the moon.
You're listening to Vectis Radio, and I've just been joined by royalty. It's Lady Minghella, Gloria Minghella. How are you? Well, you're the president of the local branch, the Motor Neurone Disease Association.
Yes, I am, and I'm very fortunate to be in that position.
I know there's a lot of people out there that are working with you. We mentioned Tony Bray,
Yes.
who is doing a swim on the
16th of July.
16th of
We shall
July.
be there. You know, cheering him on. A wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing that Tony is doing, who has himself seen the effects of this illness. I want it to be eliminated.
My name's Tony Bray, and I'm a financial planner and also involved with Vectis Radio on the Isle of Wight. The challenge came to me last July when I was working up in Crawley. One of my work colleagues used to say to me, well, you know, I would say, I need to leave now because if I don't get this train, I'll miss my ferry. And they used to jokingly say to me, well, Tony, you ought to swim home. And I thought, you know what, that's not a bad idea. So I decided that's what I would do. I would have to pick a charity to do that for. A lot of other charities on the island, especially, they're very well supported, but Motor Neurone seem to be under-supported. And I knew somebody who's involved with Motor Neurone, and so that's how it started. You know, I've gone from being 18.5 stone and completely overweight and so unfit. A year ago, I could just about do a length in the pool. To be able to do this, I can't find a cure. I'm not a medical person or anything like that. I can't do any of that. But what I can do is I can raise funds and I can raise awareness.
My own sister died of MND. Later on, when I heard there was a group forming, I joined and have been with them ever since. There's no way that we could ever thank Tony enough. That is an enormous, the challenge is going to be tremendous. The Solent is not an easy stretch of water. It is really something. The cross currents are amazing, they're hard, but Tony is determined.
Early morning on the day of the swim. Low tide off Ryde Sands on the Isle of Wight. So much for the Solent being the busiest shipping channel in the world.
Well, hi, I'm Tony Bray, and what I'm doing today with a few of my friends is we're going to swim from here, which is just there, Ryde, all the way over to Portsmouth, and we're doing it because we want to raise money and awareness for motor neuron disease, which is something that is quite dear to my heart. It's going to take about 2 hours to cross, probably no longer than that. We've got to be on the beach at Southsea before the ferry's due in at 12:45, so we should be finished by then. It's a cross-channel ferry, so it's massive, so we've got to give way to it, so we don't want to be doing that. We want to be out of the water first. Well, it's very tidal, which is a bit of a problem. You've got to time it right, so we think we've got it right with the tides. But there's quite a lot of traffic on the Solent with cross Isle of Wight ferries, and there's a hovercraft. You can probably just hear it. You might even see it behind me. We've got to stay out of their way, and it's very tidal. And there's a little bit around the mouth of Portsmouth Harbour that is a bit tricky. The Sturbridge Buoy, which is sort of out there, where the hovercraft is almost at it now. You might be able to see that. You have to go round that, you have to then go towards the shore at Portsmouth or Gosport, and then finally you can turn to Southsea when you're about sort of half a mile out, so that'll be a big point. We've got Zippy Davis, who's a friend of mine. We've got Scott Miles, who's a good mate of mine, and a chap called Dave Pearce, who's sort of found out about this through an advert in the county press or an article they did, and he's come along and he wants to do it as well. So there's 4 of us. We've got 8 kayaks, 2 each. We've got a support boat which is already out there. We've got a launch coming from Cowes to help us, and it's a really big event. We've got people coming from all over the country to support us, so we're all really excited.
I was in the process of rehabbing myself from spinal surgery, which I had just under 2 years ago. I was doing quite a lot of swimming at the time. I was in the pool one Monday morning about nearly 6:15, 6:30, and Tony, who's arranged this, said to me he's planning on swimming the Solent. And at that time in the morning, I thought it was a jolly good idea, so I signed up. I had no idea what I was signing up for, and it's been one hell of a journey till today so far. So that's really why I was doing it.
Excellent, thank you. Dave?
Yeah, well, quite simply, about 4 weeks ago, Tony had an article in the county press about the swim, and I just thought, well, I'll give him a ring, see if he's stuck for any help with training, or if he needs another swimmer. And he said he did, which was pretty good for me. So, but I've actually got involved with the motor neurone side of it and the disease, which has been a real eye-opener, actually. It's really interesting. So yeah, I'm here today, and I had 4 weeks to prepare for it mentally, but a lot longer than that physically, so that's good.
I do silly things when I get bored. And one day over winter I was bored, and I thought, oh, that sounds like a good idea. So I contacted Tony and to see if there was any space, and there was. And here I am. But I've wanted to do it for years, so it's something that I'm really looking forward to doing. A bit nervous, but really looking forward to doing. And obviously it's, for a great cause as well. So, yeah, it's all good.
Hey!
It's 9:30. And there's the first signs of shipping activity on the Solent. The support team now trek down to the water's edge.
One of the guys is a really lovely guy from High Wycombe called Richard Dawson. He lost his father to motor neurone, and what he's doing is he's bought himself a London taxi, which the registration is B16MND. He's bringing that down to the island just so we can try and use that to raise some awareness.
Part of the challenge and the reason we bought it was I raced it up to Fort William about a month ago. Yeah. So it's been up to Fort William down on the Isle of Wight.
It's a fantastic gesture, and my local landlord from the Crispin in Newport, he's sponsored that, he's paid for that, so it's a fantastic gesture. So it's incredible how people have got behind this and really want to help. I'm very humbled by it.
2 years ago I was doing gym sessions 3 to 4 days a week. I was diagnosed with motor neurone disease at 42 last year on 10th of September 2012, and so we're trying to raise awareness of the condition and so that people know what it is and what it does to you. Tony is someone I'd never met a few months ago, and through the power of Facebook and social media we caught up. I've spoken to him weekend after weekend online. He features us most weekends on his radio show. I came down and supported him on Sunday morning for his breakfast show. And it's just it's amazing that this fellow is someone who isn't personally affected by the disease. It doesn't affect him or anyone in his family, but it's just something that it's a cause that means a lot to him. And so it's just incredible that people like him exist, because without that, what chance have we ever got of raising awareness of these things? So, brilliant fellow, lifelong friend, and I've known him for months. It's just incredible. I run a financial services company for schools. It's a support service, but obviously with the travel involved, it's just another thing that motor neurone disease has taken away from me. It seems to slowly strip everything out of your life.
Will you be able to go out on a boat at all today?
We're going out on the hovercraft. We're going over on the hovercraft and back on the hovercraft, obviously for safety reasons. I'm not sure what whether Tony's had to organise everything with the harbour master.
It's a horrible, horrible disease, and once you've got motor neurone disease, you're against the clock, And what you do know is that at some point you're going to lose. It's not a battle you can win. It's not something you can beat. You're going to lose against this particular disease. It will win. You can fight it for as long as you can. You're against the clock. You don't know in what order your body's going to shut down. You don't know what you're going to need.
It was hard work raising sponsorship for today's swim. For the wetsuits, the kayaks, the support boat, and of course the swimmers' return tickets back to the island. This is a major undertaking. The planned route is the longest and most difficult Solent crossing. It runs directly across the shipping lanes. They should have left at 10 o'clock to be clear of the traffic at the entrance to Portsmouth Harbour at noon. Preparation for the 3.4-mile swim has not just been determined weight loss for Tony and physical fitness tests for them all, but compliance with the Queen's Harbour Master's risk assessment forms in Portsmouth.
Because of the currents, there is a specific route you take. It's not like a straight line. You can't go straight across, because if you try to do that, you drift way down. There is a buoy about a mile out called the Sturbridge buoy. It's a big yellow buoy. You have to go from Ryde Sands east of the pier, about 600 yards east of the pier. You go from Ryde Sands to the west of that buoy, and then when you keep going in that heading until you hit what's called the Portsmouth Bar, which is a row of buoys that basically go out to sea. So that's actually the shipping channel. Once you've hit that, you then turn towards the shore and you go through what's called the swashway. It's quite important that you go over the swashway, because if you go too close to the harbour, the currents are a bit too strong, and it's a very prescribed route, and the kayakers are there to give us that support, but also that they will make sure we stay on the right route. So the kayakers are crucial, not only for safety but also for making sure that we take the shortest and most appropriate route.
They've been swimming now for about an hour, with the kayakers keeping them motivated and on course. But the strong hidden current is proving to be a problem. It's taking them to the east, to the wrong side of the Sturbridge buoy.
Dave is a very, very strong swimmer, and we've trained together in Sandown Bay, and you know, that's very strong, the currents in Sandown Bay, and we battle through that, but even he had problems with that.
The others, meanwhile, are really struggling against the tide. It's pulling them sideways and closer into the shipping lane. Dave is pulling well ahead. Zippy is feeling the strain. Tony is ploughing on. And Scott's halfway across and seems very cheerful.
We rang up Southampton in the morning to find out what shipping was due in and out of Southampton, and the only boat that they told us about was coming out at 10 o'clock, so we waited for that. Partway across, I saw this great big ship, and it was literally no more than 50 yards away from me. I thought, oh, wasn't supposed to be there. I mean, there was no notice of that at all, and I thought, well, he's quite close.
What were you thinking about as you were swimming?
The worst thing is that you don't know where you are, right? Because you're in the sea and you can't see anything. At some points you can't see land, so you don't know how far you've come. I've tried not to look up and see how far the Spinnaker Tower was, because it's an awful long way away when you're in the middle of the Solent and you don't seem to be getting any closer. So I just focused on, you know, keeping going. One of the things I did, which I've been doing throughout my training as well, is I've built up a montage of faces and names of people that are affected by this, and I would, when it got really hard, I would just focus on them and say, well, this is for you guys. And that was really, really helpful to me, and especially some of them that have recently passed on. That kept me going, just to think of those people. When I thought I might, well, you can't stop, can you? Because you're in the middle of the Solent, you've got to keep going. But it just motivates you to think why you're doing it.
And one of the biggest difficulties is explaining what the condition actually is. That you tell someone that you've got motor neurone disease, and then you've got to explain what it is. You've got to explain that it's a disease of the nervous system, it's not a disease of the muscles, and that it's the biggest nerves in the body that are dying. You know, and I'm just a normal person inside, and I'm the same person inside, but I have to slowly watch my body disintegrate and deteriorate, whilst my mind stays active and stays normal. You know, it's exactly what it was before the condition, but this challenges you in every single way possible. Just, you know,
Coming into Portsmouth Harbour was particularly tough because all the currents come together there, and there are boats coming in and out, and there were washes that were making it a little bit difficult.
Dave's already made it to the shore, and he and the crowd are now waiting for the others to arrive.
Certainly the last 800 metres as you're coming in towards the shore, you start to see some buoys, and you know that you're close.
Thank you, Rob. Go on. It's hard work. Well done. It's a bit harder than I thought. Congratulations. Thank you.
The last 800 metres, and you start to think, oh, I'm nearly there, and then the current sort of gets you, and it's really quite tough. That was very, very hard.
Well done.
Well done, kiddo. You made it. Are you all right?
Yeah, you just get dizzy.
All
right.
Steady on.
You just get dizzy because he's a bit pushed around on the seat.
You all right?
Well done. Where's your hat?
Oh, I kept getting water in my eyes.
For this red
Oh, yeah. You all right?
Well done.
Thank
well
you.
Done.
Oh, you made it.
Yeah, yeah.
And you didn't do bad, are you?
Well, I had to beat that thing.
3 hours.
Yeah. Oh. All right.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
One more to come. Just there.
All right.
Well done.
Thank you. Oh, I'll make you all wet, mate. Oh, we should have left a bit earlier because the currents in the harbour were a bit strong. We were about 15 minutes late leaving, but we're here now.
You're doing really well.
Thank you.
You're doing really well.
Yeah, it's brilliant. A year ago, I wouldn't have thought I could
They
do
would have
this.
been told on the radio where you were anyway.
Really?
I said they would have been told on the radio where you were.
They were, yeah.
Yeah. They knew you were.
All right, mate.
My hat off I gave you.
Yeah, well, you get all the water in.
The water in?
Yeah,
Where?
it came up behind and I couldn't see a thing, so I had to get rid of it.
It was all right. It was okay. There was a few rough bits. You feel like you're swimming backwards half the time. You come on. You're looking. You're thinking, have I gone anywhere? But no, it was okay. It was good. Really good. Good experience.
It's worth doing it.
Yes, definitely. I won't repeat it anytime soon, but it's worth doing. If I got big rings around my eyes, I'm not looking prettiest, and you're filming me. Yeah, no, it was good. Very good. Well, thank you very much. Well, there we go. Where's the pub?
I think you need a group hug, guys.
I think so.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Would you do it again?
Yeah,
yes. Yeah, I would.
Yeah, definitely.
Can I just say that?
Not just yet, though.
Let's swim back.
We'll give it a while. Yeah.
I'm still getting over that last mile.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thanks.
fantastic conditions, unbelievable. The kayakers were fantastic, and the support,
brilliant.
fantastic. I mean,
That was a one in a lifetime thing for me.
yeah,
That was just brilliant.
you know,
You don't want to do it again, then?
Wow, so far. Should we say so far?
We'll see.
yeah,
Yeah.
I thought you were going to make it an annual event. Tony.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we'll do something anyway. Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
really
fab.
good. And let's hope it's raised a nice
Lots of money.
lot of
Awareness
money
and
for
some
very
money.
needy,
And
very
some
worthwhile
awareness.
cause.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
People need to know. That's for sure.
Yeah. Brilliant. As I finished, I thought I would feel elated. I thought, well, I feel fantastic, I've done this. But I can remember coming into the shore and being able to see the seabed eventually sort of appear, and you know you're coming near the end. And my feeling was one of almost like disappointment, because we've done it now. What next? We've done it. But when I got out on off the shore and I saw a lady called Sarah Laney, who recently lost her husband Steve and her son, and I saw what it meant to them, that was very, very humbling indeed. 5 people per day in the UK will succumb to motor neurone. One person is diagnosed every 8 hours. There's 5,000 people currently living with it here. There is no cure, there's no treatment, and there's no known cause, and really we need to raise awareness to try and change all of that. There is quite a lot of interest in it now. We have Facebook pages and Twitter pages and all sorts, and it's building nationally as well. We're way over 5,000 now, and we've had help from yacht clubs now who want to supply support boats. Barclays Bank have come in with an offer of a fund matching, and so with another company called Provident, they've come in. It's caught imagination of people, and it's brilliant.
the Monday after the swim, I put it out, say I'm thinking of doing this every year, and I've already got 14 people that want to do this swim, and 10 of those have never swum the Solent before. And it's going to be called the Ian Pratt Motor Neurone Disease Challenge, and it's going to be hopefully an annual event, and it'll be a fantastic legacy for him and something for his daughter and his wife to hang on to in years to come. So I'm absolutely chuffed with that.
Needles and pinholes up and down my arm. I'm just another number down at the hospital farm. That killer within me, that killer you can't see. I see that killer